As long as you are living for yourself, you are not going to find happiness. Look for it in the smiles of others, particularly those smiles that are caused by your actions. Aghor Bhagwan Ram. A hearty good morning to one and all. On behalf of Goldcrest High Vashi and everyone present here, I extend a warm welcome to revered Baba Harihar Ram Ji to our campus. We are deeply honored to have Baba Harihar Ram Ji among us today, and we are excited to benefit from his wisdom and guidance. Babaji is the spiritual teacher who resides at Aghor Foundation and Sonoma Ashram. He is a disciple of Aghor Bhagwan Ram of the lineage of Baba Kinara. Babaji founded Sonoma Ashram, California in 1991 and the Aghor Foundation, Varanasi in 2001. Hailing from the ancient lineage of Avadhut Siddhas of Kashi, Baba Harihar Ram Ji is the perfect bridge between the ancient and the modern world. His teachings are deeply rooted in ancient wisdom, yet practical for this day and age. Today, we are deeply honored to have the sacred opportunity to hear Babaji's words of wisdom. On behalf of everyone present here, I humbly request Mrs. Deshmukh to extend our heartfelt respects and felicitate Babaji on this auspicious occasion. Under her leadership, the Aghor Foundation is today recognized as one of the key innovators in the field of integrated community health and childhood development. Beyond her professional achievements, Ms. Usha is a devoted wife, a loving mother, and also serves as the Vice President on the board of the American School of Bombay. We are truly fortunate to have her with us today. Welcome to our campus, ma'am. With profound gratitude, we warmly welcome Mrs. Aditi Deshmukh, head of Goldcrest Group of Schools, to our campus. Her tireless efforts and unwavering dedication have made today's enlightened and pious session a reality. Welcome to GHV, ma'am. I also warmly welcome guests from SDV and Goldcrest International to our campus. In today's world, where challenges and uncertainties are an integral part of our lives, motivation and inspiration play a vital role in helping us stay focused, driven, and committed to our goals. Baba Harihar Ram Ji, with his vast experience and knowledge, will share valuable insights and practical tips on how to cultivate a positive mindset, overcome obstacles, and achieve success in our personal and professional lives. With utmost respect and affection, we humbly invite you to grace Goldcrest High with your divine presence. We eagerly anticipate the opportunity to receive your blessings and guidance as you share your wisdom and insights with our dedicated teaching staff. Your presence, Babaji, will undoubtedly inspire and uplift our social community. Let us all take a moment to settle in, relax, and open our minds and hearts to the wisdom and inspiration that Babaji is about to share with us. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Babaji to this motivational session. Every heart matters. To teach is to touch the life, nurturing minds and the spirit, embracing deep connection between teacher and the student.
Thank you, Aditi ji, Urja ji, to avail this moment when I can sit with so many beautiful souls who have dedicated their lives to teaching. आज गुरुवार है ना? No. Budhvar. We have just come out of Makar Sankranti. It's a beautiful opportunity to make a shift. Before I begin today, I would like you to just take a few moments to totally arrive and settle down. So wherever you are, just pull your spine straight. Open your shoulders and close your eyes. Thinking of a beautiful flower unfolding. Relax your facial muscles, neck, shoulders, spine, belly. Just get grounded. Imagine the breath rising from the belly towards your heart as you breathe in. And attention going back to the belly as you breathe out. Just for a moment, pause the breath wherever it is, just stop it. And then gently release it. Welcome another breath in and open your eyes. Thank you for taking this time. While I entered the school, and beautiful children with their shining eyes and happiness greeted me. The band started, and at the very entrance, having a little temple, and watching all the exhibits really told me a lot about the school, the spirit. I grew up in a little village outside of Varanasi. We really didn't have a school. We had a mango tree and our little jute blanket, a wooden plate on which we had to write. Then came to the city for higher education, BHU, Banaras Hindu University, and from there went to Berkeley. Studied there, opened a business, made enough that looked plenty for a little boy coming from a village to have a business. Experienced what the wealth could make you think of. While I was there, few years, I had totally forgotten about my village life, my Indian culture. But when I experienced the abundance, you could have anything you want, you could buy anything you want, buy a house, buy a car. Then I began to ask, what is next? That's when I met my teacher in Varanasi, my guru, and the sentence that you heard in the very beginning, when I was sitting in his presence, he asked me, you got everything. Why are you here? I said, Babaji, I have everything I could imagine, but still I feel like something is missing. He smiled. He said, young man, as long as you are living for yourself, you are not going to find that happiness. Look for that happiness in the smiles of others, particularly the smiles that are caused by your action. It's just a switch of the mind. Where do we look for happiness? What you are looking for does exist. It may not be what you think it is, and definitely we're not going to find how and where we are looking for. And this is why our culture, our heritage is so rich. There is a value system. What I teach today, traveling all the universities, colleges, yoga centers, I speak very simple things that I learned in my village, in my family, in my school. They may sound very simple, but they're really powerful things. For example, we learned to pay respect to our teachers. गांव में जाते थे, गुरुजी हैं, पैर छूते थे, उनका आशीर्वाद लेते थे. To have that respect in your heart, and when you have respect for someone in your heart, you definitely learn from them. हम आज भी अपने गुरुजी को याद करते हैं, who taught us in the first and second grade. The guru and student, teacher and student relationship is based on that love and trust. There is one other important word in our culture, that is dharma. हर व्यक्ति का एक धर्म होता है. If we live our dharma, माता का धर्म, पत्नी का धर्म, पिता का धर्म, पुत्र का धर्म, पुत्री का धर्म, everything, even what is the dharma of water, what is the dharma of the sun, everything has a dharma. Dharma is religion नहीं. Religion is not the word for dharma. Dharma means your क्या है गुरु का धर्म क्या है? What is the dharma of a teacher? To make space in the student's heart, to be a model, to be the presence that can awaken that trust, respect in the student's heart. How do we do that? First, we have to be a good role model for them, that they can learn, they can see, they can watch me, the way I walk, the way I sit, the way I talk, the way I hold myself, the way I communicate. Children are watching. Actually, we teach them more by being an example than telling them what to do. I think the day a guru, a teacher, has earned that space in the heart of the student, more than half of the work is already done. If the student sees the teacher is on time, before time, there is something going on in their mind. So our dharma as a teacher is to be a good role model. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guru. आपने यहाँ बताया गया गुरु ही ब्रह्मा है. Teacher is the creator. Brings about new thoughts. I looked at that exhibitions in those kids, what they were building. Where did it start from? Some teacher inspired. Guru Vishnu, preserver, protector. Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru is someone who does the work of Bhagwan Shri. What is Bhagwan Shri? Finishing something, letting go of something, ending the weakness with the help. So Guru has all these roles to inspire, to sustain, and to finish. तो आप लोग के कंधे पर बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है. There is so much on the shoulders of teachers. You are creating new citizens of India. ये छोटा काम नहीं. The day a teacher really knows that what you are creating today is going to be the future of India. चाहे भले ही आप सेकेंड ग्रेड, थर्ड ग्रेड, फोर्थ ग्रेड वालों को पढ़ा रहे हैं, बट प्लीज डू नॉट अंडर एस्टिमेट योर ओन पावर एंड योर ओन participation in forming a new nation. And when kids are young, many good things are planted right then and there. Many good things. Little seed becomes a banyan tree. The little seed that was planted in me growing up, the respect, for example, respect for the teachers, respect. I don't see that very often as I travel around in the world. That's our heritage. Our relationship is based on that. Teacher and student relationship is based on respect. होता क्या है? If both are on the equal founding, there is a constant conflict. But when there is little, then it passes. So that's how the respect works. But respect is not demanded, it's earned. I remember one teacher in my 6th grade. I was really very poor in algebra. Algebra was my worst subject. And he knew I was the poorest, weakest student. One day he just cut me out better. And he started from very basic. And he spent an hour with me. And you won't believe it, after that I got to basic principles of algebra. And in 2-3 years, algebra was my favorite subject. That teacher's walk out told in villages, he wasn't doing it to make it free, or he wasn't tutoring me. He just cared about it. And I still think about him. And I think about that moment. That moment he sat with me. There was care, there was love, there was faith. Usually, some student is good, they're always put in class, they raise their hand and they become popular kids and everybody wants to give them attention. How about the poor one sitting in the back seat? Those who are popular, it's easy to love. Those who are unpopular, those who are weak. But if the guru is like a mother always has the soft heart for the weak, the careless will be. The guru, mother is the first guru. और हमारे कल्चर माता पिता गुरु ये तीन का स्थान है। तो आप लोग you hold a very important role. Yes. आपने पहले तो सोचना है आपने तो छोटा। Please do not consider yourself small. Your place is very high. And if you look for that recognition from someone else, that's a, you're looking at it complex. You have to look for that recognition. The day you begin to give importance to yourself, you know who you are, what you are doing. Having that love and respect for yourself. वहाँ से शुरू होता है, it begins there. As I go on, how people will come to me in the town. And I said, well, how do you look at yourself? If you're looking at from somewhere else, first, whatever you are looking for, you have to give it to yourself first. If you give that to yourself first, your need to look for it out there becomes less. As I go around talking, teaching, I never talk about scriptures. I don't tell spiritual stories. I don't talk about Vedanta. I talk about you and your relationship with yourself. If we believe the God dwells within you, what does that mean? लोग बोलता है ना ईश्वर तो आपके अभ्यंतर में है। अरे है, तुम बाहर निकलकर क्यों बजा? इस घंटी को बजाओ। Before you go get out in the world, do whatever you are doing. First, if you are happy, you will see happiness. You will spread happiness. If you are unhappy, or if you have a low self-esteem, no matter where you go, your vibrations will tell you. You don't have to open your mouth. How you hold your body, how you hold yourself speaks much louder. So during this little time with me, I would really encourage you to look at yourself, because you are going to make a much bigger impact out there. You are going to be with kids. So that's also a responsibility. If you take care of yourself, you're happier, you're a little nice kind of energy vibration coming out of you. See? So we start with home first. It's good to look at how do I start my day. I'm not saying you have to sit and do 1 hour puja. First, do the puja of your body and mind. Take a little time every day to go through the daily routines of a good health. When you are feeling good about yourself, it will show. So, what does it need? What do you need to do to make yourself feel good about yourself? We live in a family, there are all kinds of dynamics, all kinds of relationships. There is a beautiful proverb that I like to share, that is, keep the key of your happiness in your own pocket. Keep the key of your happiness in your own pocket. If you think somebody else will change and they will respect you, then you will be happy. That's not going to happen. What are you doing to make yourself happy? What are you doing to take charge of your life? Usually we point finger at the other, but look at that. One finger is pointing that way and 3 are looking at me. And I never look at these 3. My energy is always going with the other way. So stop looking at the other and look at yourself. What can you do to make yourself happy? That's one thing. Look into your daily routine, look at your schedule. Maybe you need to get up a little half an hour earlier so you are not rushing all the time. Spend a little time with yourself. अपने यहाँ पे बहुत कुछ है करने को. Drink some water, purify your body, yourself a little oil massage, a little gentle stretch, a little shower, a little puja, have a little breakfast. When you are not rushing, because we sometimes are rushing all the time. And what happens in rushing? We leave lots of unsatisfied people behind at home. Just take even a minute of quality time. बैठ गए, एक कप चाय पी लिया, आधा कप. But some things, even a minute of quality presence satisfies that need. So please look at your daily routine, how you are. You come to the school, interacting with all kinds of people, all kinds of situations are there. Now, what in interacting with others, we do whatever we do anyway. If you're looking at yourself, you look at yourself and you ask, was this a reaction or it was a response? You know the difference? Reaction and respond. You have saved yourself and others so much time. That's the response. The reaction, somebody does this, you find out, and then you go to somebody else. We have wasted so much time. And we all know how precious our time is. Our time is very precious. In our scriptures, in our religious text, Kali का नाम सुना है आपने? Kali, माँ काली क्या है? काल, काल माने टाइम. वो टाइम ही काली है. Time gives birth to everything and time devours everything. The day you understand the sacredness of time, वही उनकी पूजा है. We don't waste time in chit chats, small gossips, this, that, talking about somebody else. The day we figure out not to waste time, that is Kali's puja. That puja can happen in your classroom, that puja can happen in your home. So always think about how to not waste time through my actions, through my words. If it's going to snowball and get all kinds of people wrapped into it, it's better to just keep your mouth shut. And keeping your mouth shut is a good puja of Ma Kali. So our spirituality and our work are not two different things. It's all mixed. It is what makes us. Every heart matters. ऐसा सोचना है. To be able to, you can make it your sadhana, you can make it your practice. Point out some kids that really need attention. Maybe they're not getting attention at home. That's why they're acting out. So instead of just labeling them and just putting them in that category and that basket and just open your heart. Open your heart. Take a few deep breaths. The little thing that I shared with you, that just stop your breath for a moment. Slowly breathe in and out. Imagine your breath is starting from the navi coming to the heart. Your heart notice is opening. The day you do that, you'll feel your heart is open to more like that. You may have somebody at work that you don't like. It happens in every situation. And the more you say, I don't like that person, it's not helping the situation. If you don't like somebody, they're coming from there, immediately your body tightens. You can practice little thing. Catch yourself that your body is tightening, your eyes are becoming stiff. You hold your breath. Maybe take that moment to just soften your belly, soften your eyes, take a nice deep breath. The moment you do this, your energy of dislike is not flowing and hitting that person. You bring the attention to yourself and you open your heart. In the meantime, some other change happens in that person and your whole interaction can change. So you really have to look at yourself, what kind of narrative, what kind of thought you are holding in your mind. That thought can change. Your idea can change. And that's what makes us human. That's the only difference between a human and an animal. Animal is bound by habit, but a human has the ability to change. So whatever idea we are holding of ourselves or the other person, to be able to make a shift makes us a human. A life like that, when I'm striving to be a good human being, is a life worth living. I can go on speaking, but please, I know it's a school and you have your time, so I want to respect that. आप लोग बोलिएगा, किसी ने कोई हाथ उठावे, going over time. Okay. एक मंत्र आया तुम पढ़ी देखते, उस मंत्र को and it's मंत्र क्या है? As soon as you wake up in the morning. As soon as you wake up in the morning, stop. Take 3 deep breaths. नाभि से उठा के फिर 3 बार. अब you can name anything. Maybe I love myself, I respect myself, I honor myself. हो गया. You have already given to yourself what you'll be going out looking for. Just practice it. You'll see the difference. You have taken the 3 deep breaths. फिर देख लीजिए कौन सा स्वर चल रहा है, दाहिना की बाएं. Just close it. हमेशा ये बदलते रहता है, depending on what kind of sleep you have. You can just close one, in and out, whichever is more open. Step on the ground with that foot. You have already started the day on the correct foot. Third, go and have a glass of water with lemon. These 3 things sound very simple, but they have a big effect. How? By taking those 3 deep breaths, you're sending a signal message to your body that I'm with you. I'm being present to you. By paying attention to the which one is flowing and following, I'm listening to you. Third, drinking water, I care about you. Mind may say, nice cup of chai, nice cup of coffee first. No, water is better. I'm listening. So it's just like a child who feels the parents were present, who feels heard, who feels cared for, doesn't throw that much tantrum. Our body throws tantrum too. By doing these 3 little kriyas, you can calm down lots of things. Very simple. They are called kriya. अपने यहाँ हाथ भी देखता है लोग. You get up and look at your hand. There are prayers for that, but you can just say, Lakshmi, Karagre Vaste Lakshmi, Karmadhe Saraswati, Karmule प्रभाते कर. हाँ, कितना सुंदर है ये. Lakshmi means Lakshmi makes us available everything. You can do anything you want. You can have anything you want. There is no deep feeling of scarcity. Saraswati, wisdom, knowledge. So remembering these things brings about a chemical change in our body. Depending on what kind of thoughts you are thinking, it creates that kind of chemical reaction in your body. So thinking of these things makes me happy. Please always pay attention to what kind of thoughts you wake up with in the morning, because that is the seed. What you plant, that's what you reap. So do something that makes you happy, that makes you feel good about yourself, and then it snowballs and escalates. At work, you find yourself in adverse situations, some confrontation happens. What are you going to do? What is your dharma in that situation? The person who bows down a little bit and avoids confrontation is a greater person. Sometimes just because somebody in their stupidity insulted me, now they're my enemy. When you let go of those things and with a smile, you become a great person. You don't have to prove it to anybody. When you prove it to yourself that I avoided a conflict, I saved time, that I did माँ काली's पूजा, आपको आशीर्वाद मिलेगा, आपको मिलेगा आशीर्वाद. Usually we are just following our ego. We feel hurt, now we have to get even, we have to take revenge. छोड़ दो. That is not माँ काली's puja. माँ काली's puja is I saved myself from all these unnecessary troubles. I can go on speaking like this, but I would love to hear if anybody has any question. I like questions. हाँ पूछिए.
Types of disconnect. How can we rekindle? You must have fast at times of disconnect. How can we rekindle connection with the students at a deeper level?
Love. Whatever has caused the disconnect, love is the best medicine. And then approach. You have to bring that thing in you first and let your vibrations go speak, and then you speak. And I'm not just saying it, I have practiced it. I can go to a room that is all party and people are mingling, and if I want the whole room to just calm down, I calm myself down from reacting. I just sit down and just pull in myself, and when I get calm, the whole room within a minute or two calms down. You know, we have tremendous power to make a change. If we say, Aham Brahmasmi, if you are divine, Brahma aapke bhitar hai, you can use that power, you can use that strength if you don't doubt it. So, aap kariye. Just choose one and practice it, and you will see the effect of it. Imagination, whatever comes in imagination comes into reality. All these kids were making those little things. Before that was an imagination. Then there was an action. So whatever you imagine, it manifests. Lots of people are walking around afraid. What are you afraid of? Fear. Fear is not real. It's imagination. क्या होगा जब वो हो जाएगा? अरे ये तो हुआ नहीं है, क्यों उसके पीछे पड़ेंगे? So you have to just shift your mind from that to this. आप करिए उसको, you'll see.
How can a teacher balance academic rigor with fostering emotional and spiritual growth in students? try, we reach.
Mm.
What are the steps you can do to bring out inspiration?
Spiritual is all about connection with yourself. So I would love to see in every classroom a moment of centering. Centering means अपने से just come. In California, there was a teacher, student of mine who teaches in public school. And she said, Babaji, I want to bring a little meditation in my classroom. So I said, श्वास के साथ, breathe in, breathe out. And some parents came and they complained, oh, the school is teaching religion. She can't do that. Then I had her, okay, think about how you can really bring kids' attention to one thing. So ring a bell and have them close their eyes and just listen to that sound as long as they can hear it. Because if you ring a bell and it keeps going vibration and it gets fainter and fainter and fainter. So just have them follow that. So figure out a way how you can just lead the kids into just centering. So it could be a bell, it could be just close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, and then you start. So the spirituality is really, we don't want to teach religion. We just want them to teach how to connect with themselves. With the iPhone, with the phones and this and that, they're always flowing out. Spirituality is about flowing in. So figure out a way what helps them to flow in and be by themselves. Just little things that I shared with you. Okay, come, let's just take a moment, a quiet moment. Close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, hold it, and slowly release it. Even these little things help them to come back to ourselves.
My question to you is, what practices or discipline can a teacher use to align her own energy to influence the positivity in our children?
फिर से पूछिए.
What practices or discipline can a teacher use to align her own energy to influence our students?
Keep it very simple. I think a teacher's first job should be to prepare a student to be able to listen. Kindness, compassion, caring. If some student comes to you complaining about somebody else, instead of jumping on to fix the problem, make the kid really look at it. Is it really that important? Can you let it go? Can you look at it from a different perspective? So once you prepare a kid to look at things a little differently, you are already encouraging some other ability in that kid. As he grows up, as she grows up, she will have that seed that you have inspired. So don't think of big psychological stuff. Think very simple, that how you are looking at it. Yes, I acknowledge it hurt you. I acknowledge it's not comfortable to you, but can you look at it a little differently? Maybe that kid had a little need. Sometimes it's helpful to put this kid into the other kid's shoe and look from that perspective on how is that. So as we train our kids to look at things a little differently, we are already doing a great job. So Turat, don't blame somebody, don't fix somebody. Usually the one who is complaining, just prepare them to look at it a little different. Does that make any sense? Simple things, just These are the very basic values that I learned in my village. My brother will hit me and then I'll go to mom crying and she says, oh, chalo, oh, क्यों किया? आप क्या कर रहे थे? तो ये सब तो होता है. तो, and those basic values that we learned growing up, my guru has written a book, My Village, My University. There are lots of things we learn while growing up, and those become habits, and that's what we carry out. And in the school. So in the school, we can also bring the same values from home and try to look at it from there. If the children are happy, they will excel in school. Nowadays, there is so much homework, this and that, and books. When we were little kids, we didn't have all that. And knowledge is not only book knowledge, knowledge is also building the character of the person. And I think that should be your dharma. That is your responsibility to really help grow a whole person. In California, I see lots of techies. They're very good in the computers, but they have no social skills. They don't know how to talk to the other person because they were always stuck with it. But we want to grow a whole person. So academic skill is not the only thing. We should be always looking at each kid as a person and help them give importance to those things too. Usually we look at how much score, percent, okay, that you are good. So score is not the whole thing. Are you a kind person? Are you a loving person? Do you have friends? What kind of friends do you have? Do you have kindness? Do you offer your help to help others? And we should also talk to kids about those things. Make sense?
What advice do you have for teachers who deal with students facing emotional, social, and academic challenges?
Every person has some good things and some not good traits. For that, you have to look and even ask the other, what is the strength in that kid? And you have to keep building from there. Out of 900, even if there is one good quality, a teacher's job is to really take from there and start building from there. Usually we say, ye bad hai chodo, ye bad hai chodo. Nahi, wahan se nahi. What is good? Start nurturing that. So, when a person starts feeling good about themselves, the goodness comes. Just remember in that way. And practice that with yourself first. Look at yourself, what is good in you. Awaken it. Work on it. Expand it. And I think that's the one thing we have to. We usually point out the faults in others. The day we begin to be in the habit of pointing the good in the other, that person feels good, and one who hears you talking about the goodness in that person feels good. When we talk about the negative things, a good person who is feeling good starts feeling down. And when you feel, although I'm a Babaji, but I have those moments. But if some of my students, Babaji he's a good person. We need to hear this from others sometimes. We need to hear the good. Was that the right answer for your question? Look at yourself. Most of the time you are talking to each other. Are you talking about the negative things about a person, or you are talking about the positive thing about that person? That can change the whole culture. That can really change the whole school culture, that we begin to look at ourselves, what I'm saying, what effect it's having on the other person, and what that person is going to do. It snowballs. Heaven and hell are not out there. It's what we create. And it's such a beautiful opportunity here to create heaven. And practice. You are not only teachers here, come here to practice being a good human being. The day we begin to practice that, no matter where we are, we create heaven. आप लोगों के साथ बैठ के बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. I can just go on speaking to you all day, but I know you have many other responsibility. But please remember the word dharma. आपका धर्म क्या है? That is a real spiritual question right there. आप घर में हैं, वहां पर भी एक आपका धर्म है. आप रोड पे हैं, वहां पर भी एक आपका धर्म है. You come to the school, there is your dharma. Dharma means धारण करना. What you wear. Police wala wears the police uniform, he's a policeman. What we wear. So how I hold myself, how I conduct myself. Every situation has a dharma. आपका धर्म है to make new citizens of this country, and I bow to that contribution that is on your shoulders. I bow to that energy that you are putting into it. Thank you all very much. आइए, just for a moment, just pull your spine straight. Lightening your mind, close your eyes. Pause the breath wherever it is for a moment, just stop it. And release. Take a nice deep breath again. Breathe out. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. I bow to that Devi who resides in your heart in the form of peace. जो आपके हृदय में शांति है, may you not lose over small things. Thank you all. You can open your eyes.
Adorned with the garland of truth, and who is the bestower of the joy of liberation. What an inspiring, enlightening, enriching, and thought-provoking session. We truly appreciate the effort put into making it informative and engaging. On behalf of the entire team of GHV, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Babaji for taking the time to share his invaluable insights and expertise with us today. Babaji reminded us that spirituality and our work are not two different things. We learn to find the divine within ourselves, seek our dharma, to keep the key of our happiness in our own pocket, to stop looking at others and to focus on looking at ourselves. The need to spend time with ourselves and to focus on response, not reaction. Your presence here today has not only enriched our knowledge but has also motivated us to strive for excellence. We are grateful for your generosity in sharing your experiences and for being such an outstanding role model. Once again, thank you, Babaji, for a fantastic session. We look forward to your continued guidance and support.